Hello everyone. Today's demo session I'm going to give you a demo on Salesforce Developer. So in today's session I'm going to talk about Salesforce, architecture, benefits and the project we are going to cover up in this training. Before we move ahead, and I'll give you an intro about Salesforce and its architecture, the benefits, the differences with the traditional CRM. I'm the trainer for this module. I have around 18 years of experience in IT industry, mainly into training and consulting services, including 7+ years of experience in Salesforce, Salesforce admin, developer, and in different modules. So at present, I am working as a Salesforce consultant, and my profile is to deliver the solutions on time to the client. First of all, I need to understand the requirements from the client. Then I need to convert them into a requirement documentation and then work on that requirement. This is a short intro about myself, and in this training I would be going to give you more practical knowledge towards Salesforce instead of theoretical part, and we would be covering at least 2 projects throughout the training, so that by the end of this module, end of this training, you will be in a situation that you can easily understand the requirements. You will be able to understand the requirements which you get from your client, convert them into prepared documentation for those requirements, and then deliver the solution on time or customize the solution as per the industry or the client's requirement. So this is the course curriculum which we are offering right now. So at this point of time, as you can see, there will be total 40 hours of duration. Here, because of the space, I have entered only 29 hours of course. So almost in this training, we would be covering from beginning till end, from basic to advanced. So it's a complete end-to-end training. And we would be starting from the basics of Salesforce development, starting with the designing and building an application, registering an application, customization, relationships is there. Security implementation is there, data management is there, automation. There are almost 4 to 5 types of automations in Salesforce. So we'll be covering all those automation flows. We'll be going to have a quick intro about, I would be going to give a quick introduction on Sales and Marketing Cloud, how to configure the chatter and the live chat agent in Salesforce. Then we'll move towards the advanced topics in Salesforce development, that is the MVC introduction. That is, MVC stands for Model View and Controller. So we'll be going to learn the Visualforce pages, Apex classes. That's more towards programming side, the triggers, the wrapper classes, how to incorporate the JavaScript and the action functions and action support, page references. So basically you can say that we would be covering from basic to advanced, and will be touching almost all the topics which is required to be a Salesforce developer, or which will help you in clearing the certification, including some integration as well as the lightning component modules as well. So you will receive the complete session plan along with this demonstration. The team will share that with you. Let's talk about today's agenda. So today's agenda will be what is a CRM, what is Salesforce, what are the use of a Salesforce CRM, Salesforce architecture, what is Salesforce architecture, the Salesforce development market trend. This is very, very important to understand, that the course which we are going to take or which we are going to opt, whether is there any career in that course or not. So I will be going to talk about that also. And moreover, I would be emphasizing more on the project, because that is a or training program that by the end of this training, as I mentioned, you will be in a situation where you can handle any kind of project. It's not very, very complex one, because for that you need good expertise, but for the basic if you get involved in some basic project or small project, at least you will be able to handle that project single-handed. Let's start with the introduction of a CRM. So as all of you know, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and you might have heard this term couple of times. And if you just Google CRM, you will find out there are thousands of sites are available which tells about CRM. But I'm going to tell you in a very easy language, in a layman language. CRM is what? It's a technology. You can say it's a methodology which helps an organization to maintain their customers. Because for any organization, customers are very important. Customers are very important. Customer information is very crucial for any organization. So that's why you see these days every company is looking to increase their customers database. And why that so? More customers, more profit. They can reach out to maximum customers. They can reach out to maximum customers. They can offer their product to maximum customers. And on daily basis, if they are reaching out to thousands of customers, So at least 10 to 15 customers or at least 20 to 30 customers will be definitely respond them back and they will purchase their product. That's why you see the companies, they are spending a lot of money in advertisement, in doing promotions and giving some free gifts along with their additional products. So what are all these things? All these are the market strategies to attract us. In order to maintain all these information, CRM plays a very important role because CRM, it helps to retain the customers, it helps in customer retention also, it helps in planning also how can we attract the new customers, and also it provides a centralized data storage, and it also keeps track all the customer interaction with the customer service or with the sales team or with the marketing team. So in a simple language, we can say it helps in improving the business relationship. This is a CRM. What exactly Salesforce is? Why Salesforce? Why not other products? Because as you can see, Salesforce, if you just search Salesforce online, in the very first slide you will find out Salesforce says it's world's #1 CRM solution. And believe me, yes, really it is world's #1 CRM solution because these days most of the companies, they are moving on to Salesforce. And why that so? Definitely there must be some benefits of using Salesforce. The benefit is the companies, they spend a lot of money in managing their resources, managing their applications. But in Salesforce, it's a cloud solution first of all. It's a cloud-based solution. It provides a subscription model. Small example, in a layman term, for example, if I want to travel, so there are two ways. Either I can use my own transportation or I can use a public transit. And as you know, if I use my own transportation, the cost will be higher. I need to manage all the resources. I need to take care of everything. Whereas in a public transportation, I simply pay for the duration I use their services. There are a lot of examples. If you look at around yourself, there are a lot of examples. You will find out that we are using on a subscription basis. Internet services, mobile phone services, TTS services, credit card services, bank services. So all these are on subscription basis. If you don't like to use, stop paying, stop registering, or basically stop subscribing. Your services will be stopped. And again, if you want to reuse the services or consume the services, you can again start your service. That's a subscription, and we don't have to manage anything at our end. Everything is at the company's end. For example, if I want to book a taxi, I can simply open an application in my phone like Ola app or any other taxi cab. Okay, I'm not promoting Ola. I'm just giving an example because Ola is very popular in India and in other countries. There are a lot of taxi services are there. So what you can do over there is you can just open the taxi application in your mobile phone. You can book a taxi. You will quickly receive a call. Once your booking is confirmed, you will receive the message in your mail that these are the details. Once you consume the services, once you use the services, you can make a payment from your mobile phone, from your mobile itself, or either you can pay cash or you can pay online. Both the ways are options. Both the ways are available. And once you reach out to your destination and you stop using it, again you receive a message that you have reached out to the destination. This is the final amount you have to pay this and this, and you have paid this much. So all these are automation. No one is sitting over there and sending emails or sending messages on our phones or in our mailbox. All these are automation services. Salesforce provides such kind of service. Salesforce provides automation. Salesforce provides data management. Salesforce offers a lot of other automations, other customization services, which we are going to talk about during the training session. Salesforce, it's a subscription-based model, and as you can see, no setup is required, no hardware is required. Hardware in terms of we required only our desktop, we only required your laptop or your mobile phone, and that's the only hardware you needed. You don't require any you don't require the servers to be set up at your end. So that's why the consuming Salesforce services is much more easier. Let's suppose we started using Salesforce from next year onwards. I don't like the services or I'm switching to another services. We can stop paying to Salesforce. So it is possible in Salesforce. So it's a subscription-based model. Salesforce is built on Force.com platform. This is the area where we are going to work. Force.com. Force.com is the area where a Salesforce developer actually works in, where the Salesforce developer spends a lot of time in designing and developing the custom application or working on the application. Force.com. Now, if we just do a quick comparison between the traditional CRM and the Salesforce CRM, as all of you know, setting up a traditional CRM is not that easy. Cost is high and it will take long time to set up. Whereas, at the other hand, Salesforce, it is hosted on the client side. Also, it is hosted on the server, sorry. Number one. Number two, because it is hosted on server, it is hosted on cloud. So what happens? The overall, the cost is lower as comparative to the traditional CRM. Number two. Number three, the interface is very easy to understand as comparative to other CRM solutions. There are a lot of other CRM solutions in market, but if you go through the other CRM solutions, you will find out those who have already worked in other, those who have already experienced in other CRM solutions, they will itself find out, like they will itself get to know that the interface or the Salesforce interface is much more easier as comparative to other traditional CRM are available. One of the major, you can say one of the major important point that why Salesforce is getting popular is the integration. Integration because these days, you know, the world is for integration. Means integration in terms of the different applications they are communicating with each other. For example, Facebook. When you open Facebook, along with Facebook, you can play games from you can also play games from within Facebook. What are all these? What is that? That is an integration. For example, if you want to register somewhere on a website, you can use your Google account for registration. What is that? That is also an integration. In same manner, Salesforce also offers integration. Using Salesforce, we can integrate with Facebook. And why can we integrate with Facebook or LinkedIn or with Twitter or with social networks? Just to promote our business. Let's suppose we launch a new product. We want to market our product. So what we can do, we can quickly make a post automatically on the social network that we are going to launch these services. At the other hand, whenever anyone likes our post, it will quickly extract that customer's info, that leads information and store their details into our Salesforce. So this integration, so we have to build up a module in such a way. Salesforce can integrate with AWS services. Salesforce can integrate with Google. Many organizations, they are using AWS as a, you can say there, many of the organizations, they are using AWS as front end and Salesforce as for data management. Instead of storing the data into AWS SQL server, what they will be using, they would be using Salesforce to maintain the data as a CRM system. Salesforce can integrate with other systems also. It can be integrated with any legacy system. It can be integrated with call centers and phone systems. We can integrate Salesforce with a lot of online applications are there for making phone calls, even with Skype also. And once it is integrated, from without leaving Salesforce, we can make phone calls, we can send SMS, we can do WhatsApp SMS messages, we can use Skype from within Salesforce without leaving Salesforce can integrate with the financial system. Salesforce can integrate with the HR system. Salesforce can integrate with the corporate system. So these are the areas or these are the platforms where Salesforce can integrate. Apart from this, Salesforce can be integrated with other systems also, which will we get to know while we'll be working in the regular talk about that. So there are a lot of areas where Salesforce fits in. Now if we talk about the Salesforce features, so these are the Salesforce features that is rich in it is rich in forecasting. It helps in partnership management. It helps in reports and dashboards. At the end of the day, the decision makers of the company, they are not interested in the database. Basically, they are not going to write the queries or they are not going to dig into the data or they are not going to explore the data by themselves. Their requirement is they need a final report in their hand, in front of them, so that they can take decisions according to that. Using Salesforce, we can create reports and dashboards and then we can subscribe the reports and that. And what will happen that it will at a given time or at a specific time, it will refresh the data, it will regenerate the report, consolidate all the reports into a single dashboard, and then it will forward it to the decision makers. And the decision makers or the stakeholders of the company, of their organization, they can take decisions based on the report. They don't need to be depend on the report, the developer every time. For automation and opportunities and codes can be generated. Contact management is there. Marketing. So these are the features of sales. These are few of the companies. The world's most popular company, those who will be using Salesforce. Deloitte is using, Facebook is using, Capgemini, TCS, Google, Twitter, Infosys. There are a lot of other companies are there, those who will be using Salesforce as the CRM solution. They might use for different purpose. Might be Facebook is using for managing their customer data, managing their users information. Twitter might be also using for managing the customer's information. So it depends on company to company. So they would like to market their product. They would like to they would like to increase their sales. They would like to deal with the customer service. If they are not using the application for sales and marketing they might be using for the services. Maybe for example, let's suppose there's a company ABC and that company wants to manage all their customers data for the customer service. So they can use Salesforce for that. And the advantage of using Salesforce is all their customers information, all their partners, all their distributors, all their employees information resides at one place. Centralized data storage is provided by Salesforce. So this is in the next slide, the architecture. What is a Salesforce architecture? So basically, Salesforce architecture is a multi-tenant architecture. Multi-tenant means a single application will be shared by multiple users like Facebook or LinkedIn, or we can say let's suppose Amazon. For example, all of us, we used to do shopping on Amazon, and there might be thousands and millions of customers are there for Amazon. So for all thousands and millions of customers, the Amazon company is not going to create different instances or different applications. A single application is there, and whoever access that application, whoever visits the website, a separate instance will automatically created for that particular user, and that user can access only his details. For example, if I want to see the order details I have placed, if I want to place a new order, if I want to see the recommended product, so for that what I can do, I can log in into my Amazon account and I can use it. And not only this is from the customer perspective, from the organization, from the company perspective, basically the company can check it out that which customer has not placed an order since last 6 months or since last 3 months, and what they can do, they can use those customer information for promotional basis, for promotional services. Or else, let's suppose I'm very fond of electronics, so whenever I visit the Amazon website, what I do is I always try to look for the electronic or the automobile product. So in that case, what happens, Amazon will try to identify the products which I'm mostly looking for or the products which are mostly ordered, and according to that, Amazon will start sending me promotional emails based on my interest, based on the product in which I am interested, along with some other products also. But the main focus is on the products which I have purchased, or which the product which I used to look for. So all these details will be only available once all the information will be reside at one place, and that Salesforce is doing. And at the same time, if the vendor of the organization, they update the application, so they need to update only at one place, and the changes will be reflected for all the clients. This used to happen. Single database storage for multiple clients, and it's economical. Resources and maintenance cost is shared, because as you know, anything which is shared among multiple users, for example, public transportation. Why the cost is less for the public transportation? Because it is shared among all the other travelers, those who will be using it, all the customers, all the users, those who will be using the public transportation. And if it's a private one, so I need to bear the complete cost, the total cost I need to bear. Okay, so therefore, the thing which is in sharing basis, that is always economical, and the cost will be less, because the cost gets distributed among all the users, those who will be using those services. Even after this functionality, still the Salesforce is following the governor limits. So there are sharing rules, there are certain sharing rules, and there are certain limits are there in Salesforce. So Salesforce follows those governor limits properly. Now, Salesforce specialized skills. So those who wants to be a Salesforce developer, like for example, if you are looking for a Salesforce developer and you want to get expertise in Salesforce as a Salesforce developer, you need to be good with the following concepts. You need to be good with the Salesforce. You need to know the complete in and outs of the Salesforce, the complete technical knowledge about Salesforce, the Apex and the Visualforce. Apex is like the custom controllers, you can say classes. So if you have a basic idea about programming language, that would be an additional advantage for you, because you don't have to spend time on programming them. You can easily understand the Apex programming, because Apex programming is moreover looks like the OOS concept. Then Visualforce is like a graphical presentation of your information, and it's a tag-based language. Then the Lightning component I was talking about. So we have included the Lightning component modules also in this training plan, so that you guys can get more hands-on onto it, because in the course which we are offering, that is more over concentrate on the project and the certification. And in certification, you will be getting questions from the Lightning components also, Lightning part of. So therefore, we have included those topics. Java, C++, OOS concept. So if you know any one of them, that would be good for you. JavaScript for client-side validation, and SQL SAQL and SOQL. So if you know any one of it, if you know SQL, that would be good. Because in Apex classes in Salesforce, we will be working with the queries, that is the SOQL query, or we used to call it a SOQL query, Salesforce Object Query Language and Salesforce Object Search Language. These are the two main type of queries on which we'll be going to work, and that will help you out to filter your record, filter out the data based on the requirement. So the core technology in the market will be talking about the scope of the technology inside and the market trend. So this course will be targeting the scope of the technology, because as I mentioned, the scope of this course will be the complete technical knowledge. The idea behind this course is to give you the complete technical knowledge of Salesforce, how Salesforce works, how can we work within Salesforce, how can we work with Salesforce, how can we do the customization. I have already shown you the complete training plan in the beginning slide, and we'll also talk about the market trend, about what are the market trends. So if we talk about the market trend, the job market, definitely before we start any course curriculum, our main perspective is to identify, after this course completion, will I be able to get jobs or not in industry? I can get a job or not? That is the first question comes in the mind. Salesforce has already mentioned that there would be almost 3.3 million jobs will be created by the Salesforce ecosystem by 2022. So that's already their target. There would be a lot of job openings. That's why even if you search Google or if you search on the job portals, you will find out there are a lot of job portals, there are a lot of job openings are there for Salesforce, because a lot of companies are moving towards Salesforce, and many users are upgrading their skills from other technologies to Salesforce, because once everything will be open, once everything will be fine, there would be millions of upcoming jobs will be there for Salesforce. And if we talk about the salary trend, so as you can see, for Salesforce developer, Salesforce salary, the average salary is almost $125,000 a year. So that's an average salary, and this salary is very much higher as comparative to the business analyst role, as a marketing manager role, as a sales manager role, or as a Salesforce administrator. So if you are planning to make your career in a Salesforce, if you have a basic understanding about programming, so it would be a good opportunity for you to go for Salesforce developer, because once you go for Salesforce administrator, I'm not saying that Salesforce administrator role is bad, but there are less chances to grow in Salesforce admin. But in Salesforce developer, the target role will be the Salesforce technical architect, and you can see the technical architect salary is much higher than as compared to admin or as compared to others, and this will keep going up as per based on your experience. This keeps going up. So this is the salary trend. Now if we talk about the Salesforce features, so the project, first of all, let's talk about the project, and then I'll show you practically what are we going to cover up. So we'll be covering two projects. One will be a recruitment project. So this recruitment project we will be doing along with the training, because this training will be requirement based training. It's a conceptual based training. It's not like a theoretical based training. It's a requirement based training. On daily basis or any new topic we'll be going to start. So first of all, we'll discuss about the requirement. We'll discuss about the final outcome. What is the final outcome we require? And then only after we start, then we identify that in order to achieve this final outcome, what functionality of Salesforce will be useful for us. So this is the first project which will be going to cover up during the whole training duration, number one. And this project is a recruitment project, HR recruitment project for an organization, where they used to have some upcoming job opening. They used to have the candidate registration they have. And the third thing is the job application submitted by the candidate for the position. So what are the different ways through which they can apply for the job? So we can create different interfaces. We will be creating the custom interfaces using Visualforce pages. We would be creating custom interfaces we can publish it. Basically, we can allow them to register themselves using Salesforce community, or else we can create a lightning component also for that. So it's a complete project from beginning to end. Okay, end-to-end implementation is there. Then the second project will be an online training management. This is for online training industry, because these days online training industry is growing pretty much. So therefore, it's on a real-time scenario where we need to collect we need to manage all the courses which a training company is going to offer, and the trainers' details, the trainers associated with them, registered student details, the inquiries they used to get, the leads they used to generate, the final student registered with them, the training plan, and the the meeting details they schedule with the trainers and with the participants. Okay, so all these information they would like to track within a CRM solution, and even along with the internal users details, or the user, those who will be managing this, those who will be using this application, their details also get stored within the application, within the Salesforce app. And here also, this would be the project which you guys need to work on. I will be guiding you with this project, and I will tell you the requirement. I will guide you how to do this side by side, and if required, we can have individual sessions on these topics of this project also. We'll be having an individual sessions on this. And here also, in order to accomplish this project, here also you need to follow the complete methodology. We need to first understand the requirement, and then try to find out the functionalities or the approach. How can we configure this in Salesforce? Identify the functionalities, identify the options which will help us to accomplish this, and then proceed further. So here we need to build more custom interfaces and the lightning component, and also implement all the functionality, the automation part, trigger part, automation, triggers, data management, relationship functionality, data modeling. Everything we need to be done in both the projects from the day one. So these are the two projects which we are focusing in this training. So let me show you practically. Actually, we have already which project I'm talking about it, so that you will get more understanding about the project. So basically, we have a project called Online Training Management, and we have two interfaces. One is the application level, and one is at the custom interface. For example, you can see the code. This is going to hold all the courses we are offering. So this is a list of courses we are offering. Then we have a list of trainers. These are trainers associated with that. And there is a relationship between courses and the student, that which course is offered by which. So we have a course trainer. For this course right now we don't have any trainer, but if we want, we can add a new trainer. We can find out that we have a trainer named as James, and he is available for this particular page. So you can see, so we have customized this interface by our. Now once it is done, we have other modules also we can use after the course. Finally, we generate reports and dashboards. Because at the end of the day, basically the stakeholders of the company, they would like to know how many new courses we have offered, how many batches scheduled, how many batches are going to complete. So we just want to see the trend of the course or the course we are offering, so that we can plan more batches, we can try to get more customers, more participants for that particular batch, so that we can increase our profit. And we have implemented an automation also, like as soon as we schedule any batch or as soon as the class is scheduled, it will automatically inform all the participants that the class is going to be scheduled, or those who have shown interest in that batch. It will automatically drop an email to all the participants that we are going to plan a new batch for this particular course. All these functionalities we need to configure, and at the same time, what we have done, we have created one custom interface using Visualforce, flows, and lightning components. And what we have done, as you can see, we have created various options. We have created various forms which we can publish or globally also, or we can put it on the community pages also. So for example, if I just want to search for a student, I can see the complete detail about that student, that this student has. These are the complete info about the student and the batches he has attended, the training he has attended with us, and for which course ID. So complete info is there. And in same manner, if a student wants to register with us, we can register a new student. Or let's suppose if I just look for students and we search, you can see this student is not registered with us, so we can click on registration new and it will redirect us. So redirection also done. So it's like a complete project, so that we can navigate from one page to another, from one module to another. And finally, we have a training calendar. We just want to see that there are two trainings which are scheduled for upcoming batches, and if a student wants to register for the batch for this training, click on register and he can register over. So if the student has already registered, then it won't allow that student to register for that batch. So we need to display some custom messages. And let's suppose if I change the email, and if this student has not registered for this training till so far, he can register. Click to register for the current training. And as soon as he click on this, the information will get stored in the object, and an email will be forwarded. Automated email will be forwarded to the student that your registration is confirmed. This is a meeting link to join from this and this. And at the same time, it will inform to the batch owner and the trainer also that a new student has enrolled for this training, and trainer will also get informed that you have these number of total students for this particular training. So manual work. So basically, it is going to reduce the manual work. So this kind of functionality, this is a project which will be going to cover up. So there are two projects we are going to talk about in this training. This is what we are going to cover up. Salesforce has got different modules also, like sales, service and marketing, So we'll be going to cover up one session in order to understand that how these three modules are interconnected with each other and from where to start and where to end. We'll be working on Salesforce communities also. As I mentioned that it's a 40 hours training plan where we'll be touching base almost all the modules, so that at the end of the day you'll be familiar with all the modules. You will be familiar with all the concepts of Salesforce at the end of that. So this is how we are going to cover up in this day. And along with this, the additional course resources which we are going to offer, the documentation, the sample resumes will be guiding you in your resume preparation, because for a Salesforce developer, minimum 2 years of experience is required. So we'll guide you what projects you can include in your resume, so that what kind of resume or how to prepare resume for a Salesforce developer, so that you can get there would be a more chances to get job. Okay, resume preparation guidance is there, sample resume, and the references and the study material will be going to share from our site. So that's all from my side in this demonstration. So if any one of you have any doubt regarding the subject, they can discuss it here. Any question regarding the course timing, resource allocation, or the course fee, anything. So that you can discuss with the MindMajix team. So any one of you have any questions, they can come up with their questions now. Thank you everyone for attending this demonstration on Salesforce Developer. You can write to us, or you can call us on the given numbers, or you can email us on info@mindmajix.com for more details.